worked out a couple of the guided practice problems. The first one we have is y equals 2x plus 5, and then 3x plus y equals 10. So the first thing we would do, number one, we don't have to worry about solving for a variable because it's already solved for y for us. So we're just going to sub in this 2x plus y, or 5, in for the y in our second equation. So we have 3x plus 2x plus 5 equals 10. So combine your like terms, 5x, bring down your 5 equals 10. We're going to subtract 5 from both sides. We get 5x equals 5. And of course divide both sides by 5 and we get x equals 1. Once I solve for 1, then I'm going to sub it into either equation. I pick the first one. Y equals 2 times 1 plus 5 and y equals 7. So our answer should be 1 and 7. And then for number 2, I got x minus y equals 3 and x plus 2y equals negative 6. What I did have to solve for a variable, so I solved for x by adding y to both sides. So we get x equals y plus 3, or you can have 3 plus y. Sub it in for the x value of our first equation, y plus 3 plus 2y equals negative 6. We're going to take the y's and combine them and get 3y plus 3 equals negative 6. Subtract your 3 from both sides. 3y equals negative 9, divide by 3, and y equals negative 3. And then I'm going to sub that into my first equation, x minus negative 3, and for the y equals 3. Both negatives make a positive. We get x plus 3 equals 3. Subtract your 3 from both sides, and x equals 0, so my answer will be 0 and negative 3. Hopefully you understand it by this point. The answer to the third guided practice is negative 2 and negative 1. Now, I'd like for you to go ahead and look at the word problem in example 3. Here it says websites. Many businesses pay website hosting companies to store and maintain the computer files that make up their websites. Internet service providers also provide websites hosting. The costs for website hosting offered by a website hosting company and an internet service provider are shown in the table. Find the number of months after which the total cost for the website hosting will be the same for both companies. So what I'd like for you to do is look at the table. Okay, so hopefully you're looking at your book on page 437 at example 3, and we're looking at the green table. One company is an internet service provider. The setup fee is $10, and then the cost per month is $21.95. Then the second company is a web hosting company. There is no setup fee, but a monthly cost of $22.45. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up two equations, one for the internet company and one for the web hosting company. Okay, so for our internet service provider, and I'm just going to put ISP just to abbreviate that. So we're going to have equation 1. Okay, so we have our total cost is y, and that is going to be equal to the setup fee. It's like setup fee. Now we know that we have a setup fee of $10 for this one. Okay, plus the cost per month. Okay, so from our chart, we see that our cost per month is $21.95. And then, of course, we have to consider the number of months that we're going to need this. So we will multiply the number of months times the cost per month. And because we don't really know that, that's our x value. That's our unknown. Okay, so now we're going to take equation 2, which is our website company. And of course, once again, we have total, which is y, is going to be equal to our setup fee. Well, we don't have a setup fee. We only have a per month cost, and that per month cost is $22.45. And then, of course, we have to take into account times the number of months, and that's x. So we see here we have the two equations. Y equals 10 plus 21.95x, and then y equals 22.45x. Well, if you'll notice here, we're already solved for y, okay, really in both equations. So all I have to do is set these to equal each other. What we want to know here is we want to find the number of months after which the total cost for the website hosting will be the same for both companies. So in other words, we want to know, if I were graphing both these equations, where they're going to cross. Okay, so when it's going to be the same for both companies. So we're making this 22.45, I'm subbing it in for this Y value here. So the first thing I'll do is we're just going to subtract that 2195x from both sides. Okay, so of course that will cancel here, and clear from our graphing, we're going to say 22.45 minus 2195, and we get 0.5x equals 10. And then of course I'm going to divide both sides by 0.5. So 10 divided by 0.5 equals 20. So my answer here is going to be after 20 months that the cost will be the same for both. Okay?